It's a youth football program like no other.
Junior development, it gives the child a chance to actually enjoy football.
It's a unique concept with distinct principles.
There are no such thing as minimum play players. Everybody plays an equal amount.
You don't get slotted into a position. You have the opportunity to play a multitude of positions.
We've constructed the league to where we teach them fundamentals that they learn how to actually play the game.
There is no stake in it from a personal perspective from the coach.
When the coach's egos are out of it and it's more about the kids learning the fundamentals of football, you feel so much better about having your kid out there.
It's youth football the way it really should be.
Kids are going to learn something about football, they're going to be safe, and they're going to want to play again next year. And I think that's what all of us as parents want.
I want to come back next year, no matter what. I want you to come back also, big fellas.
Junior Development League Football, a unique player-friendly approach to youth football that recognizes the rights of young players.
Football is such a great team game. Too many kids get turned off at an early age and don't continue. And I think programs like this will help more kids continue all the way through high school.
An alternative to traditional youth football programs, Junior Development League Football strives to provide a safe, player-friendly environment in which children can learn, play, and enjoy the game of tackle football. Patterned after the tenets of the NFL's Junior Player Development Program, JDL incorporates unique components to make football fun.
You have to start with an equitable distribution of players. You want to keep players close in age. You want to keep players close in skill level, and you want to keep players close in weight. Regardless of how you group players, there's going to be a broad spectrum of skills. But there's a Bill of Rights for players, and the Bill of Rights for players says that every player ought to have the opportunity to excel. We take that as an obligation to teach every player how to play each position. No matter what level they start at, when they finish, they're going to be better players at that position. And when they have an opportunity to excel, and they do, then confidence grows. And it grows by leaps and bounds. In a division, every player is rated. They're assigned a number. They never know this number. Coaches use this number because they're going to take these 32 kids and they're going to mix them up. They integrate through a software program the matchup of kids. And if for some reason, when the game starts, they see a mismatch, the coach, he can make adjustments so that no players are overwhelmed. You want players to be able to compete against each other and to be challenged, but not to be overmatched. If they're challenged, it's fun. If they're overmatched, it's a problem. Everybody plays an equal amount. We keep division size limited to 32 players in the division. Each week, that division is split into two 16-player teams, which means there's 5 subs, 11 people on the field at the time. Every player has to either start on offense or defense in the first half, and then they have to start on defense or offense in the second half. So those are 4 events. Each player will play 3/4 of those events. As soon as a kid comes out in the field and does something and the coach yells criticism, the kid is turned off. Now he's not sure he wants to do that, and he's afraid to make mistakes. Making mistakes is how kids learn. So don't discourage them from making mistakes. When a mistake happens, you have to not criticize the player, you criticize the technique, and it requires special coaches.
You get taught the fundamentals, very basic fundamentals, and that takes you a long way in football. Even with the young kids, probably as early as age 7, you get taught those fundamentals, and that carries, and that will teach the child to have fun, to be safe. It brings you along slowly, and it brings you along at the right pace, and where the child can have fun.
You teach them fundamentals that they learn how to actually play the game. I mean, you're teaching them how to block and tackle, because I've seen a ton of great athletes in my lifetime that didn't know how to play the game of football, didn't know the fundamentals, what it actually meant to block and tackle somebody. Unless we build a foundation of fundamentals, athletic ability eventually run its course. You got to be a good athlete, but you got to know the fundamentals of the game to be successful.
In most organized Little League type sports, the coaches' egos make it uncomfortable for the parents and for some of the kids. And because they're able to coach both sides of the ball, thus they don't care who wins or loses, with the egos out of it, it's a much more enjoyable experience for the kids.
It's the whole JDL philosophy. We don't evaluate coaches based on whether they won or they lost. The other thing, too, is the offensive coach is the offensive coach for both teams. The defensive coach is the defensive coach for both teams. We're not looking at the coach's performance at all. We're looking at helping the coach help the kids.
By incorporating the prior concepts and focusing on the rights of young players, your child will be exposed to an unprecedented experience in youth football. Learn, play, and enjoy the game of tackle football.
1, 2, 3,
with the Junior Development League.
Some of the other programs, potentially, you could start at 6 years old, make it to 13, and never touch football, depending on your position. Not so with this program. You learn the entire game, inside and out.
Junior Development League offered the kids to get involved in every position on the team and play all the time. They'd bring each kid along, and my boys sort of fell right in, and they learned a lot.
It's a place where the coaches really focus on instilling values in the kids. They're not only teaching them a little bit about football, but they're teaching them some valuable life lessons as well.
The huddle concept is awesome. They huddle after every practice and after every game. And in those huddles, kids get recognized, different kids every time. And it's not just the kid who scored the touchdown. When they break for a long run, they recognize that child who ran. They have him stand up. But what they do is they have him turn around and thank his blockers. And it is awesome. And all the kids that block then realize, you know what, one day I'm going to be a back, and I need somebody to block for me. So I think it's the most comprehensive teaching of what a team is in any sport I've seen.